What's up, minn.crew? Nick here with my co-host.
Matt?
We got our whole headline here: what to come in the next few months. Uh, it is spring. Snow is melting. It's getting a little warmer every day. I mean, what do you say there, Matt? It's looking nice out.
Yeah, we're getting there. This past week hasn't been very kind, but we had a little glimmer of hope the week prior, and this upcoming week's looking a lot better actually. So
Yeah, it is looking like we are rolling from winter to spring, and summer's coming up here soon. Um, we have big season up coming up here in the next couple weeks actually.
yep.
Turkey season is almost here. I know you're pumped about that. We can see in your background. Um Matt's a big turkey hunter. He's getting me into it this year. So we're gonna go chase some birds on the ground.
Yep. And first, we kind of just all want to welcome you guys to Social Scrape episode 2. We're covering, as you can tell now, some turkey hunting this today. So hopefully we'll pique some interest, get some knowledge to you guys, and hopefully hear back from you guys and get some knowledge to us as well, because that's all we're trying to do is just learn and become better. Especially for Nick over here, who has officially been on one turkey hunt.
Yeah, and it was when I was a kid. I mean, really young. I don't remember much of it. Um but yeah, I just know you have to sit still for a really long time, and we'll see if that was turkey hunting back in the day. I know Matt's been talking about their running gun style is up and new, and I'm pretty excited about that because I can't sit still very long. For Yeah, we'll just say that. Let's just leave it there. But before we get into this podcast a lot farther, I'm gonna give a big shout out to Matt. Matt is the king of social media, getting everything ready, making vids. I mean, I have been terrible at it. Give you a big shout out, a little round of applause for the audience there. That is, he's on it. He's on social media all the time, getting stuff out for us. So big shout out to you, Matt. Thank you.
Thank you. I guess we
No,
won't go into depth at the numbers of recently, but let's just say
yeah,
someone's been a little slacky, a little bit.
a little slacky. It's been, I mean, this winter I was pretty excited for, ice fishing, and it just, I just it never really hit where I wanted to be out there all the time. It was a relaxing winter a little bit, I would say. Um, I mean, I hit deer season pretty hard, and the birds with going out and hunting, and I mean, I was in the stand a lot. Kind of tired myself out. I feel like that for sure. When I was working only 5 minutes away from my deer stand, I was in the deer stand about every night after work, and anytime I could be in there before work. Um, so this winter, it was really hoping to get out on the ice more, but just didn't happen. Wasn't really. It got cold fast, and when it gets cold, you kind of just hibernate, and it's a lot easier just to sit inside and kind of just stay warm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we both are kind of in the same boat. We both were pretty active all through the fall and into the beginning of winter with deer hunting, and I think that kind of almost drained us completely, and we both kind of just sat back and kind of just ended up relaxing for a little while. But over the last few weeks, I've been itching a lot to get back out and get going.
Yeah, Matt's been itching. He's like, hey, let's go scouting. Let's get after it. Get some stuff done. And I'm like, all right, let's go for it. Uh, but yeah, so going into turkey season, what are you most excited about? Opening day or just the whole season?
I'm just excited about. I mean, I'm still not a my. To be honest, like I'm not very much more experienced than you. I just happen to have luck the two times I've only been. I mean, I've turkey hunted more than like 2 days, but like I've really only hunted turkey hunted 2 seasons, and obviously this one right here, this one was my last year's turkey, and if I can see if I can adjust this blur a little bit and get it, this one's actually my first one, if you can kind of see it there. But that's my first turkey, and this is my second turkey, so really don't have a whole lot of experience, but I feel like the knowledge I gained last year was just incredible and just really is kind of brought my attention more. Actually, no, I have been turkey hunting more than 2 seasons. I lied. I just thought about that now. It's been like 3 or 4. Just we didn't have very much luck on the previous 2, so 2 for 4, so batting 50%. So I can't
I
complain.
mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Um,
I guess we can kind of talk about like because you said you were pretty young when you had your first experience. So I guess if you want to kind of explain what happened there.
yeah, I just kind of went out with my dad once, and we sat, didn't see much. I mean, it wasn't anything exciting. I mean, when you're a kid, yeah, it's fun to go out in the woods and stuff. You know, you get out in the woods. It's always exciting to get out in the woods and get a little hunting in, but don't really remember much. It was just you sat there and you just waited in silence, and you hoped to hear something when he called. But yeah, I'm excited this year to actually get the gun in the hand and um, get someone that kind of knows more than I do about it, and kind of help me get maybe a first turkey this year. That'd be pretty awesome. That's another collection add to the wall. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. I've been running around a decent amount the last few weeks. I didn't go out last weekend because it was about 35 degrees and about
90-mile-an-hour winds.
Basically, like it was like 30 to 50 mile an hour gusts, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna bundle up and stay inside this weekend. But I think this upcoming weekend though, I'm gonna try to get out and just get a couple more spots. It's like you can never have enough spots because the main spot that like me and my dad have been going to around here at least has been the last time we were there was 2020, and that was right when COVID hit, and everybody working from home means everybody was out in the woods. We probably ran into at least 20 different hunters on this chunk of land and saw a whopping. I think it was a singular tom. I think we were out for like 3 days, I believe. 3 or 4 days, and I saw a single shootable bird, and the amount of people we were running into was insane. So I've been trying to find some spots, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's hard until opening morning, especially for public land hunters. I mean, you can be out there on the weekend and no one else is out there. You know, the weekend before, the week of, you can be scouting hard, and and then as soon as opener morning hits, there's 30 people calling for that same turkey. Um, we found that out during rifle season
Yeah,
last fall. Yeah, I mean, we were out there months before, and even the week of
the day before.
Day before, we didn't see a single soul. Rifle season opened up, and there was people there, and they were coming in by the truckloads there. But I mean, I'm excited. We saw some good properties. We looked at some good places. I'm I've seen some turkeys when we're deer hunting up north. I don't know if that ever sparked your mind of maybe heading north.
Because I've seen them up there too. We've seen them a few times, and
we ran into that group a few times.
It's the same spot.
Year before and last year we ran into them.
Which
while deer hunting
might be a good spot to kind of check out, just to give it, because you got plenty of room to run around and chase some birds. So, but I'm not sure. No. I've never been up. I never went and checked it out during turkey season, because last year I was down in Nebraska for my turkey season, and I didn't end up running up there. But Kind of wish I did, just to see if I could hear anything or just about that. I mean, I think we're kind of struggling with finding spots, to be honest, because like, I mean, we had
Yeah.
the first spot we went to 2 weekends ago, where I feel like we heard a faint gobble, but not exactly sure. But then we didn't really see much sign or hear anything really. And then, but then the next day I go out and I was getting earfuls of gobbles. Just,
Yep.
but that was about hour and a half, 2 hours north of where we were the day prior. So
Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like birds react a little bit different in temperature. Um, I mean, it was warm that day we went, and then it was a brisk morning. I mean, a little chilly out. I mean, I feel like birds were moving. You got to stay warm. What do? You move. I kind of feel like that's with you know, any any bird. I feel like I've hunted before. And it's the cold, brisk mornings. They're moving. They want to keep warm. They're moving. They're being active. And then you get a warm day, and I mean, you can sit there all day and not see a single bird. They get in that water, and that's it. You ain't moving them. Don't matter. I was going back to waterfall
I
hunting.
was gonna
What do
say,
you
I was
call it?
like,
I was
get the
like,
birds in the water. It's like, what are we talking about
I mean,
here?
yeah, but I mean, like that's my experience with birds. I mean, full day, they're flying, they're moving. You're having a good day shooting. The next day, it could be 20, 10, not even 20. It could be 10 degrees warmer, 5 degrees warmer. Those birds ain't moving. It's just a temperature thing. And I feel like that day we did go scouting, it was warm out for Minnesota spring.
Yeah, that was a nice day, but turkeys are a little different than ducks, where they enjoy getting warmed up, so they like getting out and moving when the sun's out. But when it's cold, they're bundled up. They're staying up in that tree as long as possible.
Yeah. Um. Okay. So we're gonna move in summer content.
Well, I mean, hey, whoa, you better reel it back a little bit. I still got a lot to talk about.
Oh, let's hear it.
Well, I guess my first thing would be like, what's your goal for this upcoming spring season here? Because I mean, it's a
Oh,
quick one. It's the one thing I don't like about turkey hunting, but it happens.
I mean, it's here and then it's gone. I mean, that's why I missed it almost. I almost missed a little tally there. Summer content was popping. It's a long season there, but yeah, this spring, man, just maybe get a bird on the ground. That would be kind of nice. It's been a few months, getting a little trigger happy. You know what I mean? It's a true thing. You've been out of the woods a little bit. Missing seeing those birds. Seeing an animal. You know, gun in the hand. That's always warms the things up. I'm excited. Hoping to get a bird down. Just kicks off the season. The rest of the seasons, pretty positively. So, what about you? What is your goal?
Well, I am hoping the same goal I will probably say that I had for deer season and this upcoming deer season. Just get something on camera. That's been my goal since day one of starting all this. Is just get something on
A1.
camera. And
Yeah, we've
so if
been
that,
pretty bad at that.
yeah, or well, let's see, yeah, my opportunity. Just I was decided like, nope, not gonna put my camera up. I'll just use the GoPro. But oh, I forgot GoPro is dead because all of a sudden it ran for 2 hours straight, and I didn't know. Yeah, and I mean, we did have a couple. I mean, I got some shots on camera,
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah. I
but
mean, it's yeah. I'm with you there. Let's get something on camera finally. Give you guys something to see. But yeah, we gotta get something on camera. It's been a while, and you know, kind of been holding you guys there on that one of waiting. So
I
be
think
nice to get a bird on camera.
we got a good chance. We got 3 tags right now that are potentially to be filled. So we'll see. We got so obviously myself and Nick, and then my dad. Um, he's been my hunting partner since I was able to hunt basically, and turkey hunting's always been a kind of thing that we like to do together because it's just something we can get away and just go run around, have some fun. So that we both it was so the Nebraska was kind of my college graduation present, and then his like 50th birthday kind of present to himself. So that was pretty exciting last year. So I know he really enjoys turkey hunting, so I'm hoping I can get one of for him, shoot one of him, getting one too. So
That'd be a pretty cool video.
yeah, I'm
Right
just
there.
kind of hoping for just about anything now at this point. But and then
So what else you got on your list for this spring?
well, I mean, we kind of covered, so got the goals, and then kind of both kind of went over experience. I mean, so prior to so my first turkey, I was 13. That year was probably I will never top that year. I could probably potentially top that year in hunting, but that year was the year I shot my first turkey, and then also my biggest buck to date. And I think I've posted it. I believe so. But if you haven't, you want to go check out the Instagram at minn.crew. But so I posted it there. After that, we went on a pretty dry spell. So that was when I was 13, and then this turkey right up here was this past year, so 24. So went about 11 years without getting a turkey. So hopefully looking to shorten that gap a lot. But
Yeah.
I've had opportunities. It was 3 years ago. I had an opportunity at Jake multiple times. He just didn't follow the script how we were expecting him to, and instead, like, turkeys aren't a very like they're not like deer where they're gonna go into the thickest stuff and go and bed down and all that. Turkeys like being in the open to where they can escape quick and easy. So we're calling this bird in, and I'm expecting him to come down this trail that's right in front of me, and all of a sudden I look over and he's coming through this buckthorn right to my right. I'm like, what in the world are you doing? And so I never was able to get a shot off at it, and then somehow luckily it flew off and ran off, and then we were able this bird was on a death sentence, but he flew off. We moved, called him back in, and so then again I'm sitting at a different trail, and I can see him. He starts coming down the trail to my left, and I'm expecting him to keep coming down the trail, and then right in front of him like a little 15-yard chip shot. No, he cuts to the left through the woods, through like back behind this huge pine, and never he catches a glimpse of something he doesn't like and takes off again. And never, no luck on that one. And then 2020 was that year was well. I think I did the math, and we put on about I think it was about 32 miles over a course of 4 days of just running around and trying to just find something. And like we set up on a bird opening morning that we knew was there. So my dad had basically listened to it roost the night prior, and so we set up. Like he's like, "All right, you sit here. I'll go back and I'll call it over, pull it towards him, and so it comes right past me." So we're sitting there, it's gobbling off the roost, and all of a sudden this car pulls up, stops on the road, gets out and walks straight to the bird, and probably walked within like 10 yards underneath the bird, and bird shut up and flew. Like right when first light flew, he saw the guy sitting underneath him, flew across the road to a sanctuary. So unfortunately that we weren't able to get that one, and then it turned into the mad dash of running around like crazy. We had a lot of fun. That was probably one of my favorite, like one of my top moments at least for turkey hunting. Besides, Nebraska has still been was unbelievable. So, but we ran around for 3 days, and I think it was day 3 where we were just striking out, calling and nothing, no response, and got caught with my pants down. Basically, got up to relieve myself, and I go to as like I'm going to like get ready to sit back down. I hear crunching and look up, and there's a turkey walking 20 yards in front of me, and I'm like, my gun's sitting about a couple feet to my left, and I'm like, he's got me pegged, and I'm like, oh no. And so basically, by the time I was able to get the gun and get up, he was out of range and started putting off. So that kind of ended that experience.
Well, you, well, yeah, you had success down there in Nebraska, as we can obviously tell. Um, you told some good stories out of there. That I mean, it sounded like you guys had a ball just running around
Oh, it was.
down south. I've you know, I'm itching. I was thinking about that, and you're telling that story about down south. Just been itching to get out because been seeing down south their season. They're going.
Yep.
They're full tilt. I mean, the boys on Instagram, they love to show as soon as that full turkey season. Oh, you start seeing those pictures pop up, and those birds are looking beautiful. Can't wait. I mean, I can't wait after seeing some of those pictures.
Yep. I mean, if we want, we can jump into Nebraska too. If you want to get into that a little bit.
Let's hear about it.
Well, yeah, because I don't think we've really gone over it. I don't think we have.
No?
Nope, we haven't. I was gonna. Okay, as much as everyone's gonna maybe throw a little hissy fit, but we ended up. We went through a guide because we were like, we're in a new area we don't really know, and it was like it's a gift for both of us. So it's kind of just like, let's do this. Let's do it right. Make sure. This guy was pretty confident that he'd be able to get us birds, and what we learned. So in Nebraska, you can shoot 3 birds per person. This guy, to maintain his kind of flocks and like all the land that he had, he said, okay, you can only do two a person, which is still a lot. 4 birds for 2 guys is a ton. But so we go in with four tags. We ended up basically knocking out. We went 3 for 4, which is really impressive. I got my 1. My dad got 2. I never got we kind of were like kind of rotating on opportunities, so he got his 2, and then like last day rolled around and never got around to calling in another bird. They seemed like they were still either, I don't know if they were past their breeding season or if they hadn't even got there yet, because they were pretty flocked up still when we were seeing them. So, but I mean, that was probably that's probably my main reason why I want to start getting more out of state and just experiencing new like terrain and elements, because like we were in like hilly Nebraska and we were running everywhere. It's way different to here, to where like if you hear a call, you're like, okay, that's probably within a few hundred yards, to where you hear a call in Nebraska and you're like, okay, that's a half mile away. We got to run. We got to get going. Because there was a few times where it's like we were up on this opposite hill. We heard the call, and we probably went like a half mile, 3/4 mile to get even near the bird. So it was just, I thought that was just insane. But we were sitting there army crawling up hills because he's like, we can't get spotted. We can't get spotted. We need to do this right. It was intense, but that's why I'm kind of pushing Nick to let's start getting out. Let's get out of the state a little bit here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all down for getting out of state. It's just sometimes it's a little tricky with work. That was actually one of my topics, was the struggles. I mean, as hunters, we come up with we come in contact with a lot of struggles of through the seasons. I mean, you you watch videos, you read stuff, you're supposed to be out there. You know, even for deer, this is you know, you gotta be out there in summer. You gotta be making sure they're fed, they're on camera. You want to make sure your food plot's good and stuff. Ain't no one got time for that. Let's be truthfully honest here. I mean, you can make time for it, and I applaud the guys that can take every ounce when they're not working or have jobs that allow them to get their animals prepped and all laced up for hunting season. Um, but man, the struggles some weekends. You work over 40 hours a week. you don't want, sometimes on a Saturday, you like that beauty sleep. I mean, I love my beauty sleep. Matt knows that more than anyone. I
Oh,
have,
I bug him so much. I've always been my whole life. I've always been bright and early, up and at 'em. Like I can't. I've never. I think the latest I've ever slept in was like 10 o'clock, like ever. And yeah, I'm up and early. I'm like bugging it. Come on, let's go. We gotta get going. Let's roll. Let's roll. Let's roll. But no, nope.
yeah,
There's a few times. There's one that that opening weekend though. That opening weekend was rough. I was like that
that
second morning
was,
or that third morning rolled around and we both were like, no, we're not. No. We both
oh,
kind of woke up and like I think we both did the same thing. We both woke up, looked at our phone to see if the other person had said, "You ready?" And neither of us texted each other, so we're like, "Nope, we're going right back to sleep."
yeah, we only hunted afternoon. I feel like that was an afternoon hunt, but man, I love my beauty sleep. I am not a early riser on the weekends.
Yeah,
I mean, but there is times I did keep Matt out of bed
yeah,
during
there
hunting
was a couple
season.
times.
I mean, you set the alarm for hunting, I'll be up. I mean, I'm not gonna be happy about it, but it's not like the work alarm where you snooze 12 of them and then hope to God you make it on time.
Yeah,
We all know that struggle, especially on a Friday morning. Um, but I, that's one of the struggles is finding it's hard some days. I know I'm the biggest person of that on Saturday morning. We can hunt in the afternoon. The birds will still be there in the afternoon, or the deer will be there in the afternoon. But really, sometimes they won't be. Um, Going on with the struggling train. I mean, the videos we talked about it a little bit earlier. Little struggle bus. We're getting back to it. Promise that we're getting back to them. They're coming. Um, you do you have any more on turkey season, or we
no,
move
I
on
think
to
we
a
kind of
few other things here in the book?
yeah, kind of wrapped that. I think I covered everything I want to cover on that side, but I guess my kind of additional to with the videos is kind of fell through with some videos we had that were gonna come out. The ideas that we had didn't come through. I can talk about it. Yeah, I can talk about it now. We had a company reach out asking if we wanted to do a review on the bow, and I was like, oh, we'd be happy to. But a month rolled by, no nothing, no bow, no nothing. 2 months rolled by, no nothing. 3 months rolled by, no nothing. And I ended up emailing the person back. I'm like, hey, what's going on here? And they're like, oh yeah, I sent it off and sent the email or like the application or something. And he sent off to somebody else, and he's like, oh, I haven't heard back from them. So I'm like, okay, we're not getting on. We're no bow.
Yeah,
But
that kind of fell through. I mean, I was pretty excited for the way Matt was talking about this bow. It's they're top of the line. Is it sports shooting, or
it's
what
yeah,
was
it
it?
seemed like they're probably a pretty like they're well known for their or it seems like they're an international company that's pretty well known for their target archery bows.
That's
So
what
like
it was.
your tournament bows and all that. And they were trying to jump into the hunting world, but so they were starting off with a pretty like budget bow, and they just were wanting to kind of test it out and test the waters, and I was pretty excited, but unfortunately it didn't work out. But
Yeah, I mean, for the price tag that they had on them, I thought that was pretty reasonable. And then I was Matt. We were gonna do our video on it, and then I was gonna do an honest review after the season. I was gonna rock the bow for the season. I was gonna hang up the Matthews, and you know, sorry, people out there that are Matthews people. I was going to set it aside and just try this bow out because you know we're all about Matthews, Athen, you know we all know the big name ones. They're always there. They're always at your bow shops, PSE. Matthews. They're always there. You never see anyone, you know, actually do an honest review about something that isn't. that high end priced and that isn't a well known name, and those bows actually do pretty well. Like I had a diamond for years. Love the thing. Thing was probably the cheapest bow you can buy. I looked it up yesterday because I'm thinking about getting my fiance one, and it is the cheapest bow setup you can buy, and the thing works amazing. I dropped it, dang near ran it over, and it still works fine. So I was very excited to give it a shot, give it an honest opinion, um, and see what it held up to the top end people.
Yeah.
Thought that would have been really cool.
Yeah, and probably would have been able to do a nice comparison video to my previous bow with it being kind of similar, just kind of ready to hunt bow, got everything ready on it. So, but it's all right. We still got some idea. Obviously, we got turkey hunting coming up, and got some. Nick's got one video still recording. He's got to get his camera back first. So
Yeah, I lost that. Fiance's school is a little bit more important than sometimes filming videos for you guys. Sorry, but with the content coming, we have summer coming up, and I'm excited to get on the boat and do some wildlife fishing, a little bit of bass fishing. I'm excited. Um, boat, it's getting in the water right before opener. That's coming up here quickly too. Mother's Day weekend. And fellas, don't forget, Mother's Day weekend is coming up. Don't forget.
yep.
It is coming up quickly, so don't forget about that. But with that, clothing and stickers. It's moving along slowly, but it's getting there.
I was so pumped. I ordered. I had 12 hats on order just because I was like, okay, I'm gonna start small. It's not too expensive. Get 12 hats, get them ordered, get them shipped out, and then we're gonna come find some local shop to do some embroidering for us because to find the colors that I personally wanted and the colors that Nick likes and just like the colors that we like everyone like it seems like it'd be a very popular colors ended up or like I could not find anywhere. And then I eventually came across this one site that had every color we wanted. And so I went and ordered 12. I just ordered 3. There was 4 colors I wanted to get. And I ordered 3 of each. So I was super pumped. I was like, this can be sweet. And I was super pumped. But then I think it was like 2 days later, after being pumped, asking people, I had what? I think we had 9 set aside for people that we knew either would want one or we believed deserved one for like the support they've given. And then we were gonna have 3 that were gonna just be ready for whoever else. Just 3. It would have been our first batch, and just whoever wanted them got them.
I was gonna give up another one of mine. I wanted to see who really wanted one, and I mean, and in that order, you would have got a little something special. But I mean, I was excited. I was excited to give some people that give a lot of support to us, to let us do what we do on a daily basis. On a weekend basis too. Sometimes it's I know there's some people out there that they deal with it when, hey, can you watch my dog for another weekend? I'm going to chase whitetail. I mean, yeah, you gotta support those people. Those people support you during the hunting season, and I was also excited to give back to some of the fans. Let them, you know, let them rep us. You guys tune in, the OGs. You guys deserve something. We're coming up here quick. We are trying. It is hard. If you haven't noticed, COVID has really screwed up the supply chain. I mean, the colors that me and Matt wanted, we've searched up and down all winter long. I mean, before Christmas, I was on Matt. I was like, we got to get stuff going. It's Christmas season. It's coming up, holidays. We got to get some stuff out. And we couldn't find it. I mean, we looked up until Christmas and then nothing. Took a few days off, went back at it. I'm like, Matt, we got to get something out. We just can't find it. I don't know where these people are finding it. I want to know where their secret gem lock box is that they did jingle and it pops up. I want to find it one day
Yeah, that's what we're
soon.
getting there. Yeah, we're attempting. So I
But
mean, that's
stickers should be out here soon.
yeah. I wanted. So what I ended up doing, I didn't. We didn't redesign the logo. We kind of just adjusted it a little bit, and I thought it looked really good. And everyone I've showed it to thought they looked really good. I was surprised we didn't really think of it earlier, but uh, actually, let's see if I can pull it up real quick. I should have it here, but okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, guys. This, I mean, it's not a redesign at all. It's not. It's just
This
I
is
mean,
this is a
I
lot
can't
harder to
share
do
what.
than I'm trying to crop it into my screen right now. It's kind of tough, but okay. So yeah, you guys can see it right now on the screen here. Uh, this is what my idea was. So what we're ending up doing is I just ordered just on I think it was Saturday or Sunday. I ordered just 2 car decals just so for myself and Nick, and then we're gonna kind of just see how they look, see what they look like on
I
them.
don't think it's on your screen.
I took it off. Well, it's not gonna show up for
Oh, you
you.
already. Oh,
Because
all right.
we're on
Don't
the
fight
video
the
call.
messenger.
I was putting it up on
Oh,
the recording device, so
oh.
yeah, you can't. You wouldn't have been able to see it. But I ordered 2 decals, so me and Nick are gonna test them out. Depends how they are, and if they work well, we'll probably throw up an image somewhere, gauge some interest, see what everyone thinks on them. Kind of work from there. At least it's
Yeah, I
something.
mean,
We're trying.
it is something. We are trying hard. Um, but yeah, that was. We are trying. I mean, right now, especially, it is just so difficult to get any. You can't. You talk to one person, they say, "Oh yeah, we got it. All right, call them up. Let me order some." Sorry, we're about 6 months out. And you're like, "What? You just told me you had it the other day." Ah, someone came in and bought them all. Who the heck is looking for a tan and green hat? Or I understand a black hat with gray backing and stuff like that. Like that's a common thing. But the colors we're looking for, it's like, who is coming in here every day buying that out? I want to know. Someone tell me. But Matt, you got anything else?
Well, so obviously with summer coming up, I mean, there's not a whole. We got probably get some fishing content out there. Probably not gonna be a whole ton. You're not gonna see us out every weekend. You're not gonna.
No.
I know my once the ponds and lakes kind of unthaw. I know my job's gonna get swamped really fast. I have basically a month's work of work. Basically, the second those ponds and lakes thaw up, so I'm gonna be swamped. But yeah, so we got have some fishing content. There's we'll see what my dad says, how he's feeling. We might be able to get out to one of the big lakes, go at some salmon and some trout. Do some, I don't know. I might, because he recently got into fly fishing. I might go out and just record him a little bit. I feel like that might be something fun to see. And uh, and then obviously you got scouting season. Obviously it's gonna be sweaty, stinky, and as ever. But it's the time we need to get out.
And it's gonna be prep season. I haven't heard anything back on my tag yet. I don't know. Have you?
Nope, we have about. I think the information releases on Friday. So I think we find out on Friday.
Friday.
So
On
Friday,
Friday.
yep. So Friday's the
I'm
day.
excited.
I believe it was April 1st that we hear back if we get selected or not. So obviously, as we kind of covered on the last podcast, we both applied for South Dakota deer tags. So, and that's the one thing that I thought was super sweet with there was you get the either or, you get the whitetail or the mule deer. So both of us have never shot a mule deer, so that'd be pretty sweet. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm I'm on a muley pursuit. That tag clears, I might, because we can't get out there until October.
October 1st, because they're
October 1st.
I believe it's
I mean,
October 1st unless we get public permission, I think. I'm not I'd have to look more into the regulations, but I believe that's what it is.
I mean, might have to be out there a few days before doing some scouting. I mean, I'm excited. I hope one of us draws this year because I'm excited to get out there, get out west. We've been talking about it. I mean, for
We've been
the
talking about it
last
2 years.
2 years,
You
we've been
mentioned it.
talking about.
You mentioned it in our very first video.
Yeah, and I'm excited. It is finally coming in where we can get out there. Um, this is probably be the first, and the last year in like a few years, and um, next year is gonna be a no go for any travel.
For
Um,
you.
for me,
I
I
might.
might not even make it out for opener. Um, what I am very upset about. I have pleaded and led my case to the jury, and it is no go for me. Um, but yeah,
I'll be up in the stand for you guys. Don't worry. I'll make sure we get
I,
covered
I don't
somewhere.
think you will be.
Oh no, I'll be. I don't care what you say.
I don't know. Best man can't miss that.
It's
Um,
8 days. Come on. There's 8 days. You got a
he's gonna
whole.
want to do. It's gonna be. We gotta do something.
Nope. I'm
Um,
going out.
yep. That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna something's gonna
If
come
it's
up.
opening morning for 2 hours, I do not care. I'm going out.
I mean, I might be out there, might get hung for it, but I will be out there. Um, for sure. Uh, yeah. So next year is a no go, and the first 2 weekends probably of deer season. I'm kind of upset about that.
You might be first three, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, it might be. I,
You
you know
might have
what?
You might even have a month at this point.
I mean, I can't complain because literally the last fall, it's been miserable the first month of deer season.
Yeah.
Like, no, ain't no deer moving at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They barely ain't moving at sunrise. Deer for some odd reason that first weekend of opener, you can watch these deer be out in standing in front of your stand all day long. The first day of opener, you won't see nothing, and it'll be 100 degrees, like it is for the last 2 years. It's been like 100 degrees on opener. It's just been sweaty. Stand in the stand, you just stand there and you sweat and you whack mosquitoes off you all day long. So yeah, I'm okay with it. I am okay with it. If it takes the first, hot month off of it, and then the temperature starts changing, the deer start moving, I'm okay with it. I'll take it. Looking at the positivity of missing opener. It's that I won't be missing. I will be up in the deer stand that morning. First 2 hours is probably all I get, but I'll be out there.
I guess there's one more thing we can kind of talk about that we did a couple of weeks ago. Do you remember?
We went to an event.
Yep, we did. We kind of went to our first event. I mean, we didn't bring no cameras along. I would feel kind of weird walking around with camera, at least right now, at least.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, we're just talking to people. That was all it was.
yeah, we didn't do a whole lot, but yeah. So we went to the Minnesota Deer and Turkey Classic in Shakopee, Minnesota. So that was pretty sweet.
It was. We met some really nice guys.
Yep. So here, I'll start first. We met the guy from Jack Gears. He was basically makes a low profile bow sling that you don't have to take off when you shoot. Like I think that guy's going places with his product. I wish I knew his name off the top of my head. I can't remember it at the moment, but that was pretty sweet. And then I guess we both kind of ended up coming home with something a little extra than what we planned.
Yeah, I didn't plan on getting anything, and then I saw these guys. These guys are out of southeast Minnesota. Big shout out to them, Minnesota company. And we met some really nice guys from southern Minnesota, southeastern Minnesota. River Brothers Outfitters. These guys, they have wonderful sweatshirts, wonderful hats. They got some very cool vests. I mean, these guys, they're making a name for themselves. I just saw their Instagram video. They're up in Shields now in Eden Prairie, St. Cloud. I saw. I mean, round of applause to them. That is a huge thing for Minnesota company there, especially in outfitters. Congratulations, guys. That's a big job.
Yep. Yeah, we talked to those guys a little bit, just a little kind of just talk, get the rundown, but
Yeah,
that's what we were kind of all about, is just kind of finding smaller people like us. They're obviously a little bigger than us, obviously, if they're
yeah.
starting to get in some big name stores, but their product,
Very
that
nice,
what we
guys.
saw was pretty. I was like, I got a hat and I got a sweatshirt. I've been eyeing up some of their stuff online, and there's one hat. There's another, that Boonie hat, I think what it was called, that I want to
You're the
get.
bucket hat.
The
You're
bucket.
the bucket. The bucket hat is Matt's style. This guy
It's
can rock a bucket hat like no one else. So
so yeah. I've been waiting. I saw. Unfortunately, it's out of stock, so gonna have to wait a little
have
while.
to
But
wait. No turkey season. You can't rock it during turkey.
no, I
Oh,
yeah. Unfortunately, but we'll see.
that's all right. But I believe that's everything. We've covered a lot.
Yeah, we went a lot longer than I was expecting. I was expecting to kind of be a quick, short little one, but we're kind of pushing a lot longer than I was expecting.
Yeah. I mean, this is been pretty good. I mean, for especially spring season coming up here. And I mean, it's a short season. There's only one animal you're chasing. There ain't multiples like fall time. So we thank you everyone for tuning in. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Matt,
All
it was
right.
good talking.
Yep. We'll catch you guys
I
all on the next video, next podcast, whatever comes out next. All right.
will see
Make
you.
sure. Oh, quick little side note. Make sure to check us out on social media. All of our social medias are at minn.crew. Got Instagram, TikTok. We got a Facebook page. Just about YouTube, obviously. YouTube's a little different. That's MN Crew Outdoors. But if you search Minn Crew, it should pop right up for you as well. So thank you guys all for all the support you've given us so far. We're coming up on 1 year of fully committing to videos and everything.
Fully committing 1 year.
So
Dang near.
just thank you guys all for the support so far, and look forward to plenty more to come.
Thank you guys.